Hi everyone. So today we'll be doing this chapter. We'll be reading this chapter, How Dorothy Saved the Scarecrow. Okay. So Dorothy and Toto followed the yellow brick road for the miles at a stretch. Not too far away, Dorothy could see a scarecrow placed high on a pole. The scarecrow's head was a small sack stuffed with a straw. When the scarecrow winked at her, Dorothy thought she must be imagining things. Good day, said the scarecrow in a rather husky voice. Did you speak? Asked the girl in wonder. Of course, answered the scarecrow. How do you do? Little miss? I am pretty well, thank you, said Dorothy politely. How do you do? I am not feeling too well as this pole is stuck up by my back. I shall be grateful if you will remove it, said the scarecrow. Dorothy lifted the scarecrow of the people quite easily as it was feather light, being stuffed with fluffy straw. The scarecrow thanked Dorothy and said, Who are you? And where are you going? My name is Dorothy, she said, and I am going to Emerald City to ask the great Oz to send me back to Kansas, where I belong. What is the Emerald City and who is the Oz? Inquired the Scarecrow. Why don't you know? Dorothy retorted in surprise. No need, I don't know anything as my head is stuffed with a straw and I have no brains, said the Scarecrow in a hurt voice. Oh, I'm awfully sorry for you, said Dorothy. Do you think, said the Scarecrow, that if I go to Emerald City with you, the great Oz will be giving me some brains? I cannot say, she answered, but you may come with me if you like. The Scarecrow nodded his head in agreement and happily accompanied Dorothy and Toto on the journey to the Emerald City. When Dorothy had finished her meal, she was started to hear a deep groan over somewhere. Close! What was that? She asked timidly. The Scarecrow said, I really couldn't tell. Just then another groan reached their ears. When she walked deeper into the forest, she saw a man made completely of tin. He held an axe in his hand. Dorothy looked at him in amazement and asked, Did you groan? The tin man nodded in the affirmative. Is there something I can do for you? Asked Dorothy politely. Get an oil can and oil my joints, he answered. Dorothy ran and found the oil can in the Tin Woodman's cottage. The Tin Woodman instructed her where to put the oil. In just a few minutes, the Tin Woodman could move about easily. He thanked Dorothy and said, I might have stood there always if you had not come along. But how did you happen? How did you happen to be here in this strange land? We were going to see the great Oz. I want him to help me get back to Kansas. And the Scarecrow wants him to put some brain into his head. She replied. The Tin Woodman said, Do you suppose Oz could give me a hurt? Why, I guess so, Dorothy said cheerfully. So the Tin Woodman joined them on the journey. Dorothy and her companions continued walking through the thick wood. She nearly missed a heartbeat when a great lion ran onto the road. Little Toto barked at the beast, and all his night the lion opened his mouth to bite Toto. On an impulse, Dorothy rushed forward and slapped the lion upon his nose and yelled out, Don't you dare bite Toto! You ought to be ashamed of yourself. A big bully like you pouncing upon the poor helpless creature? I know it, but how can I help it? Said the lion. The Scarecrow stopped for a moment and then he said, Maybe you could ask Oz to give you a cottage, a courage, and a strength. Dorothy, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Woodman invited the lion and joined them on their journey. The lion readily agreed to accompany them. This is the story written by Lyman Frank Baum from 1956 to 1919 was an American author chiefly famous for his children's books, particularly The Wonderful Wizard of Oz and its sequels. His other famous works include The Enchanted Island of Ewe and Dot of Maryland.